NCP leader Jitendra Awhad has said that he's ready to quit from his post as a member of the Legislative Assembly. This comes after a second FIR has now been registered against Mr. Awhad for allegedly assaulting a woman in Thane. Angry NCP supporters staged protest outside the Mumra police station. Mumra and Kalwa is his constituency, assembly constituency, and it falls within the Thane district jurisdiction. And a lot of his supporters gathered outside the police station, showing solidarity with him and condemning the two cases that have been filed against him. Let me in fact go across to Shivani for what's been happening in Mumra. Shivani, you spoke to us a short while ago. It was quite a heated atmosphere outside that police station where a lot of his supporters have now gathered. They claim that the two cases that have been leveled against him, including of harassment under Section 354, is fake.
Well, yes, of course. In fact, in the morning, also the chants and the slogans were raised that the fake FIR should be taken back against Awhad. And also right now we are present in the police station premises. As you can see that there are several protesters those have gathered. In fact, it is Mrs. Awhad who is addressing the media, citing that the allegations those are raised against her husband Jitendra Awhad are fake. Those cases are fake. It is the state government's responsibility to give clarification. She has no relatability with the people attached in this particular matter, and hence she has come to the police station to speak to the police and get a clarification as to on what grounds they have registered the case. And as you can see on the here, the people are gathered in a huge number. These were the people those were citing that they are going to continue the protest unless or until the cases are taken back from Mr. Awhad. In fact, the huge police deployment has also taken place. Few minutes back we also saw that how there were two, three tires of vehicles. Those were also burnt in with aggression to show against the cops of Mumra police station. Simultaneously, Mrs. Awhad has come here. She was about to lead a particular protest, citing that whatever the cases are put in against Mr. Awhad, those are fake. Those are some allegation and the conspiracy against him. He has been an MLA of this particular area and has always worked for people's growth, has respected women. In fact, she also said that there are many women protesters, those that have gathered here. Those also goes on to say that they have met Mr. Awhad earlier also, and there has been no such people. But yes, of course, we'll go ahead and try and speak and get a words from those particular people and understand their concerns as well, because there are women in
right. Shivani, let me just interrupt you because we're getting an official NCP response as well. Mr. Majid Memon joins us for his views. Mr. Memon, two cases filed against Mr. Awhad, the latest one under Section 354 of the IPC over assaulting a woman. What's your response? The NCP claims these allegations are fake, but it's ultimately for the court to decide.
You see, the law may take its course, but it must not be colored with vindictiveness on political considerations. And I'm afraid that what is happening is more political and less legal. And therefore, you see, this kind of the policemen being instructed probably by their political bosses that they should be rather stern and take extra steps against the agitators, then I think that should also be condemned.
But Mr. Memon, what's your basis to say that this is entirely political? Because the assault case is where there were, of course, videos that were put out of him abusing, at least that's the allegation, people who were watching a movie quietly inside a movie theatre in Thane. And the BJP has also brought up his track record of having been arrested in a case in 2021 where he and his associates are known to have assaulted a man inside the premises of his bungalow. So the BJP also referring to what it claims is a violent track record.
No, see, what is happening outside is expression of anguish on display of a certain film in which there are certain objectionable portions. I think should not the government have thought at the very first instance, when the first demonstration took place, that they ought to have immediately examined whether the objection raised by the agitators is to be considered yes or no, Nothing of that kind is being done by the government. The government remains unshaken.
Right, but
spite of
Mr.
this
Memon, in
kind
other
of-
cases, the NCP has defended the creative liberty and the right to free speech. Thank you for your perspective. Let me also take this across to Mr. Mahesh Tapse, who's also, of course, come out in defense of Mr. Jitendra Awhad. He's also a member of the NCP. Mr. Tapse, what's really the basis on the part of the NCP to claim that these cases are fake? Ultimately, it's for the court to decide, but a case under Section 354 has been registered against Mr. Awhad.
See, I think we are all watching the video footage where the concerned lady and Mr. Awhad, along with the police personnel, are seen, and Mr. Awhad seems to be making his way after seeing of the Chief Minister and making his way out of the crowd. So merely by just, telling somebody to move on to one side, does this amount to outraging the modesty of a woman as mentioned in Section 354 of the Indian Penal Code? Entire footage there. You can see a senior inspector, Mr. Awhad has just passed him, then suddenly this lady appears, he just brushed her aside and he's moving on. So does this amount to, invoking Section 354, or is it done because there is a political vendetta?
But if the woman believes that this physical contact that's been made by Mr. Awhad has been done without a consent, she's well within her rights to file a case. Would you agree?
See, I would suggest that the police should have first verified whether there is any truth or merit in the allegation. If the police think that there is definitely merit, then they should have done. But here we have seen that even in that cinema hall incident, the court has given him a bail. That time also sections were put without the application of relevant facts, and here also I am very, very certain that as and when this goes to the Honorable Court, the court is going to officially acquit Mr. Jitendra Awhad and absolve him of all the charges.
Right.
And they will definitely put a note to the police station that how you have imposed such sections when the video footage clearly shows that he's just making his way out of the crowd.
So we can't prejudge what the court might say, Mr. Tapse, but thank you for your perspective. Of course, defending Mr. Jitendra Awhad and claiming that the cases filed against him do not carry any merit. Let me go back once again to Shivani, who's been reporting from Mumbai. But before that, Mr. Ram Kadam joins us. He's from the BJP. Mr. Kadam, the NCP claims that all the cases that have been lodged against Mr. Awhad, including the latest under Section 354, are meant to implicate him. They're all fake. What's your response?
See, first of all, these NCP leaders and their party workers should understand that there are clear-cut CCTV visuals, and which shows that he has taken law into his hand. And now in this case, what are they expecting? That police should not take FIR? What is their expectation? When somebody is taking law into their hand, definitely law will do their work. So this is absolutely ridiculous. This is double standard and their hypocrisy. They cannot break this law and order situation in Mumbai and Thane. We will take strict action against those who are trying to disturb this peace.
One more question to you, Mr. Kadam, because the previous case of assault that's been filed against him with regards to his actions inside a movie theatre in Thane has also been brought up, where the NCP claims that too is a fake case because he was given bail ultimately and he's now walking free, and this is yet another attempt on your part to implicate him. What's your response to that?
Not have any valid argument, and that's the reason why they have been trying to cover up. In Kharmuse, in that case also, the country has seen how they have beaten up him badly. And after that, this Thane theatre case, in that case also, there are clear-cut video visuals. And about this current case, when the video visuals are there and somebody is launching in Ashton, and then also NCP leaders and particles are thinking that this is a political vendetta. It's not a political vendetta.
Right. Okay, thank you for that, Mr. Kadam. Of course, there's a lot of action now outside the police station in Mumbai. A lot of people have, in fact, supported Mr. Jitendra Awhad. A lot of NCP supporters have gathered there. Let me, in fact, go across to Shivani for more on this. She's been covering this for quite some time now. Shivani, what can you tell us now about the atmosphere around where you are in Mumbai, which has been a stronghold of Jitendra Awhad for many years?
Well, here, first of all, Vijay Rajesh Khade will give you a glimpse of 360 degree of this particular police station premises to show you that on what numbers exactly these protesters, the NCP worker and the supporters of Jitendra Awhad have gathered here. In fact, few minutes back, it was Mrs. Awhad who addressed the media, who cited her version as well, that this is just a propaganda, a political agenda against Jitendra Awhad, and that is why she has gone inside the police station to meet the cops, to understand on exactly what grounds and on what basis, on what proves the case has been registered. In fact, as you can see, there are many people out here. We'll try and get a word also from them to understand what are their views. आप लोग कहाँ से आए हैं? What do you think that the allegations those are leveled up against Mr. Awhad, how correct are they?
Sister, first of all, I would like to say that the cases which have been booked on the Dr. Jitendra Awhad sahab is totally false. Have a sense. Always the central government give the Z security to Chief Minister. In front of the Chief Minister car, how can a person who was an ex-cabinet minister, he can hurt or do the violence, any kind of the violence to the woman? We have a great respect for the woman, and this is totally false.
So here a person clearly citing that the cases those are registered are fake, and of course the women are there. This question also raised on the security of the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, and as you can see, we'll go across and get words from the women out here and understand from them as well as to what are their proof. आप लोग कहाँ से आए हैं? कहाँ से आप लोग?
हम लोग यहीं मुंब्रा से।
यहीं से आए हैं। क्या कहेंगे जो भी केस चल रहा है, प्रोटेस्ट क्यों कर रहे हैं आप?
हम लोग वही साहब के खिलाफ कंप्लेंट ना हो इसके लिए प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं।
लेकिन अब तो कंप्लेंट हो गई है। आपको क्या लगता है, अगर कोई आपको इसी भीड़ में, मान लीजिए अगर आपको इसी भीड़ में कोई हाथ पकड़ के खींच के साइड कर देता है, क्या आप भी केस कर देंगे?
अगर ऐसा रिया तो फिर हम लोग को भी यही करना पड़ेगा ना। इसके लिए हम लोग यही चाहते कि साहब के ऊपर इससे हम
आपको
इससे मैं तो अभी एक ही बात बोलना चाहूंगी ये कि अगर हम पॉलिटिशियन करते हैं तो हमको हर चीज बर्दाश्त करनी पड़ती है, क्योंकि 16 साल से मैं खुद भी पॉलिटिशियन में काम करती हूँ और ऐसे बहुत लोगों से हमारा पाला पड़ता है, बहुत हमारे भाइयों से, पुलिस वालों से, रिश्तेदारों से, सबके धक्के लगते हैं। ठीक है, अभी हम लोग 2 दिन, शायद आप लोग वहाँ पर होंगे थाना में, 2 दिन हम लोग वहाँ पर दिए, वहाँ पर बहुत हुई। 1 मिनट, हमको आम आदमी का धक्का नहीं लगा, हमको पुलिस वाले लोगों का धक्का लगा और इतना जबरदस्त धक्का लगा कि हमने उस धक्के को इतना बर्दाश्त किया। हमारे पास वीडियो भी है, हमारे पास सब कुछ है, लेकिन
yes, of course, here we also heard the men's side and the women's side justifying and clarifying that how this is a very common situation which arises when you are a part of a crowd. So clearly understanding the fact that the supporters of Jitendra Awhad are justifying the act that has taken place earlier, citing that the videos they also have, because they have also been protesting since past some time, and that is why we need to understand that they say that those have been tortured and somewhere the same incident has taken place to them, not by a minister but by cops. So clearly it is now the the Thane police versus the supporters of Jitendra Awhad, and that is why the people are right now. You can exactly see the gates have been blocked by the police security because of course these were the people, those are protesting since the entrance of the particular police station till the main gate of the police station, and those also tried to get inside the police station to speak to the cops, though that is where the cops security have been beefed up. Yes, Mrs. Awhad is inside, so interesting part will be that what all she speaks to the cops and comes out and addresses the media all about.
And Shivani, the Jitendra Awhad, as we speak, has continued to remain defiant. He says that I will not call for the blockade to end. Give us a perspective, Shivani, because after news came out that he's been booked under Section 354, it was reported that even autos in the different parts of Mumbai were not allowed to ply, that there was a situation where things had been brought to a standstill. How's the situation right now in Mumbai in terms of the law and order situation there?
Well, in terms of law and order situation, if we talk about, then the security by the cops have definitely been increased. But yes, as we mentioned rightly, few minutes back, in fact, there was a chakka jam, there was a roadblock, rasta roko andolan that also took place, wherein they had stopped the entire particular lane. People were not really able to move their vehicles towards the police station lane, and these are the very narrow lanes, that too citing two sides as well. And also there was some burning vehicles also that took place. In fact, there was some road tires that were burned by the protester, by the supporters of Jitendra Awhad, clearly indicating and inciting the police that they must take action against them and not the minister. So of course we can see that disturbance of law and order is also taking place because of the protesters of Jitendra Awhad. And not only the protests are happening at police station but at party office as well. And in fact there are some supporters, those have gathered outside his residence as well, just in case if the cops reach out to his particular residence in Thane to arrest him. So for that matter, we can see that in Mumbai Thane area, there are 3 spots where the supporting gathering is taking place. We'll still go across and get words from people. Those are still waiting out here. Those are still, understanding the fact there are women out here. We'll go and get a word from them as well and understand their perspective. Rajesh will be giving you a glimpse of as to what they are talking about. आप लोग कहाँ से आए हैं?
हम मुमरा से ही हैं।
मुमरा से आए हैं। क्या लगता है आप लोगों को जो केस रजिस्टर हुआ है वो क्या है?
फेक है, वुमेन कार्ड है। आप देखिए ना, मतलब आप वो वीडियो देखिए, मतलब कुछ भी हो रहा है स्टेट में, राष्ट्र में, स्टेट में और राष्ट्र में लॉ एंड ऑर्डर का इतना ब्लंट तरीके से यूज हो रहा है।
Right, let me just interrupt you there, Shivani. We are getting updates again. Ms. Manisha Kande joins us as well for her perspective. She's from the Shiv Sena. Ms. Kande, what do you have to say about what's happened to Mr. Awhad? He claims that the cases that have been filed against him are fake. The BJP has justified it.
Well, we should go by the visuals. What is the real matter? I mean, I think he just showed the women that, okay, because there was a protest regarding the film and NCP wanted to stop the show. Now, this is one thing, but putting a case of 354 is, I think, highly fabricated, and things must be investigated, the truth of it.
But Ms. Kande, if he's in fact made physical contact and pushed a woman without her consent, don't you think that falls within the purview of 354, ma'am?
Well, see, that was not some intentional bad touch. Okay. He was not pushing her. He was just saying, requesting her to leave the theatre. And listen, when we have ministers, abusing women MPs, women leaders, there is no case. They are giving galis, worst kind of galis to women representatives. There is no 354. Okay. So I think if you have to put section 354, there will be on many such cases in Mumbai on day-to-day basis, which the law and order and the government machinery needs to think. But this, I think that I don't think there's no reason why we see that there is a 354.
Right, and one more question to you, ma'am. Do you condemn the violence that has actually taken place? There were some vehicles that were burnt. Autos were refused to, in fact, ply around in Mumbai, which is a stronghold of Mr. Awhad. One can, of course, allow the case to continue in court, but do you think this vandalism that has taken place is condemnable?
Well, no type of vandalism or no such things should happen in Maharashtra, and it is the responsibility of the police machinery to control such things. Right. But of course, such type of vandalism cannot be supported. Okay, thanks for that perspective, Ms. Kande of the Shiv Sena. Let me go across to my colleague Pranesh, who's in the newsroom in Noida, to take us through exactly what happened. Pranesh, yes, that's the video in question. Take us through it.
From this morning, Siddharth, Times Now has been leading the coverage on this story. We were the only channel on the ground to confront NCP workers who are actually abusing the complainant. The words used by the women workers of the NCP were third class mahila hai ye. Is she more beautiful than I am? These were some of the comments, and we'll play that sequence again. But let's not get into the merits of the case. A case has been filed. That's for the court to decide. This is the video released by Jitendra Awhad. Look what the NCP workers are resorting to. Vandalism and arson. Times Now is calling out the vandalism and arson, but Mr. Awhad is not tweeting, not requesting the workers to back off. He should be tweeting, telling the workers that, listen, the police will take care of what has to be done. I have presented myself. I am cooperating. Do not resort to this. Do not assault auto workers. Do not abuse the complainant. instead what he said is put out this video. He says, what has Awhad done? This is the header in Marathi, and let me just play it. Then the sequence plays. Jitendra Awhad is here. Here's the complainant. And the text that accompanies Jitendra Awhad would have us believe that he said that, look, in this commotion, why are you not making way for me? Please step aside. That's what he's saying. Now the BJP is stepping up the attack on the NCP to say that all this is instigation and provocation by Jitendra Awhad. Senior leaders of the NCP are silent on this road blockade which is unfolding before our eyes.
Right. In fact, thanks for taking us through that, Pranesh. And Manisha Kayande, who we spoke to a short while ago, she belongs to the Uddhav Thackeray faction. The Shiv Sena said that there was nothing really wrong with what Mr. Awhad did. And a short while ago, in fact, Shivani actually confronted some of the supporters of Mr. Awhad outside the Mumbai police station, some of the female supporters, and they made some extremely deplorable and disparaging comments about the complainant in this matter. Here's what they had to say.
की साजिश है, सब साजिश रच रहे हैं, 3-4 दिन से यही चल रहा है। हम लोग से ज्यादा खूबसूरत है क्या वो औरत? लड़की है, औरत है, 3rd क्लास की औरत है वो।
हमारे शांति नगर में बहुत सारे खूबसूरत औरत लड़कियां अकेली रहती है, रात को 2 बजे 1 बजे काम से आते हैं। ऐसा कुछ नहीं है हमारे शांति नगर में, ऐसा झोपड़े में कुछ नहीं होता है। लेकिन जिन्होंने मतलब आरोप लगाया सरासर गलत है। इससे पहले भी मैं आवाड़े साहब से मैं मिल चुकी हूँ, लेकिन उनसे उनके बातों में उनके नेचर से मुझे ऐसा नहीं लगता है कि वो ऐसा कुछ हरकतें कर सकते हैं।
वो महिला को अगर अपनी इज्जत इतनी प्यारी होती ना तो वो ऐसे 4 पब्लिक के बीच में, 4 जेंट्स के बीच में वो जाती नहीं। उसको खुद को शौक है।
Extremely shocking and condemnable remarks being made by supporters of Mr. Jitendra Awhad outside Mumbai police station. Thanks a lot, Shivani, as well, for bringing us all those visuals from Mumbai, where there's a protest underway.